So, Mr. Stapleton, did you find our location easily?
Yes, I did. Thank you very much for your directions. They were very helpful in finding your location.
Today, I'd like to talk to you about your background and experience. If we get to know you well, what you've done, and what you hope to do, then we can judge whether we have opportunities in our organization that are suited to your talents and interests. Certainly, it's to your advantage as well as to ours to become well acquainted with other before making an employment decision. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. I have a long, successful track record in being in sales. My grandfather started his business and being an entrepreneur in 1988, and my father took over as an entrepreneur in 2014. I've been in the sales field my entire life. Since I was 13, I was working full time. I also have 5 years of honorable discharge in the Marine Corps, where I overcame many challenges. I'm one of the hardest workers and most competitive men that you'll meet.
Hear about your jobs, schooling, and interests, and anything else that you would like to tell me. We will also be asking you about some specific experiences in your life. Perhaps a good place to start is with asking you about your experience with our company so far. How did you happen to become interested in our organization?
Absolutely. I'm very impressed with P&G, how they've been able to take so many brands and make them successful. P&G has proven to be innovated by creating even more brands over the years. P&G is also one of the leaders in globalizing when they have 70 countries worldwide. P&G is continuing to improve sales and stock prices, which for me I see as a very good opportunity because I am a competitive man, and being in a competitive field like P&G is in, it will help me grow as a man and a businessman.
Talk about your work experience. Tell me about a job you've held. I'm interested in any special achievements you may have had and what you think you gained from these jobs. Let's begin with your most recent job. How did it prepare you for this job title?
Absolutely. My most recent job, I was the president of the Cincy shop in Hattonmore. It significantly prepared me for this sales opportunity and job at P&G. I proved that I can lead a sales team and be successful. We had a 3% growth in my first year after 4 years of decline. I also was able to expand our investment by opening up a whole other store. We opened up in the Florence location, in which I oversaw everything from putting the slat wall in, making the store, to the shelving of the inventory and where everything went. I also bought all the inventory. I did the margins for the inventory. I knew what we had to have at what margins for our customers to still want to shop with us, be satisfied, and us as a company to retain that customer. I understood the kind of sales team I needed to put together, the type of management team I needed to put together, and I put it all in place to build an even more successful location at our Florence location, being our fourth one. Also, for that job, that's going to get me ready for this job, is the communication I've had to done between the owners and the sales associates, and providing that for the greatest satisfaction for the customer.
A good picture of your work experience. Now let's talk about your education. I'd like to know about your recent schooling, including any specialized training that you've had. I'd be interested in such things as to why you chose to attend Xavier University, the subjects you preferred, and any special recognition you had received. How has Xavier prepared you to work for P&G?
Absolutely. Xavier's been a great influence on me, not just as my education furthering, but also as me as a salesman. It has done a great job of teaching me finance, marketing, sales, and management. I've mastered Excel, Word, Access, PowerPoint, and many other tools. The Xavier experience also taught me ethics and honesty and integrity, which has gone a long way, especially in the business world, and it'll help me for this job.
Or how you have handled some situations that you experienced in your life. Please tell me about a time that you had to persuade someone.
Well, when I was the president of Hattonmore, we opened up our fourth location in the Florence Mall. We had our embroidery machine there, and we had a customer that came in, and he really wanted to get some hats done for his small family business. So he wanted to get design done for some shirts and some hats, and it was actually a large purchase order at the end of it. We ended up giving him the purchase order's pricing of what it would cost us to do, and when he went to our competitor Lids, they ended up having a cheaper price but a lower quality investment for his hats and shirts. So what I had to do is I had to persuade this customer that our quality is going to be better, we're going to give you the product faster, and you're going to have a much better presentation for your business. It's going to cost a little bit more, but at the end of the day, you're going to like the result with dealing with us.
Make a difficult decision.
Absolutely. When I was working at our Tri-County store, I had to make a very, very difficult decision. I had an employee that was just setting records. Sales were great. He was awesome at customer service. The customers loved him. The other employees respected him. But I found out that he was stealing. And then through some more video evidence, I found out that not only did he steal that day, but he's been stealing for a couple weeks. And it started to be thousands of dollars. So I had to make the tough decision of letting this employee go that was still doing really good for us and was very respected. But because we have a zero policy for theft at our location, I did have to make the tough decision to let him go from the business.
You used motivation skills.
Yes, with our Cincy shop at our Northgate location, we always have sales goals out there. And unfortunately, the last couple months when I first took over the business, our sales goals were not meeting quotas. And what I had to do is I had to actually go out to that store and I had to sit there for about a week and see what exactly is going on. What different kinds of measures do we need to do to get the sales back up? I noticed that the problem was our employees. Two of the employees that we had out there had no motivation, they had no drive to sell, and for that the customers could see it and the customers were not buying. So what I did is I helped our employees. I gave them the skills that they needed. I showed them how to greet the customers, how to give them that smile, and how to be motivated, because when you are motivated, you do send a better message to the customer that they should buy our brand. And with that motivation, we exceeded our sales numbers.
Go ahead and summarize this conversation. Thinking about what we've covered today, what would you say is your chief strength? This is your chance to brag a little. What is the most important asset that you bring to this job?
Absolutely. I'm definitely the man that's qualified for this job. My greatest strength would have to be leadership. I am just a born leader. While I was in the Marines, I was a leader instantaneously. I was primary marksmanship instructor of the year. I got to be a sergeant faster than all of my peers. I was able to lead many patrols while I was on deployment. I was able to lead them on the rifle range. Much leadership on the battlefield. And that also translated into the business field for me. When I got to be the president of Cincy Shop in Hatzenmore, I was able to be a leader of that company, not just a sales leader, but as the company as a whole. We were able to add on a fourth store, we were able to increase our sales, and we were able to create a closer environment with our customers in which they felt like they could buy from us and be satisfied. That has to be my greatest strength is knowledge or leadership.
View of your background and experience. I've enjoyed talking with you and I appreciate your sharing this information with me. It will be of value to us in making our decision. Before we close, what else would you like to cover? What questions would you like to ask me about the job, our organization, or anything else?
Yes, I do have a question. What is the career path for my job I'm interviewing for, and what is expected of me to be successful in that career job? Thank you.